The man walked into a fancy restaurant with no money. He immediately ordered a bottle of wine worth tens of thousands of dollars. Then he ordered a main dish, beef Wellington. Half an hour later, a waiter brought the steak to him. The man picked up the steak with a knife and examined it. Then he touched it with his hand. He shook his head at the waiter, looking displeased. The waiter quickly apologized and took the steak back to the kitchen. Another half hour passed. The waiter returned with a new steak. Again, the man shook his head. He said the pastry was burnt. The waiter returned the dish again. The head chef decided to handle it personally. He thought this time the man would be satisfied. But the man just poked at the steak a few times and shook his head again. The man said beef Wellington was famous for being tender. It needed the most tender cut of beef, and controlling the cooking time was a huge test for the chef. The steak in front of him was dry and hard. It would be impossible to chew. The waiter suggested he order a different dish. The man agreed but said the wine must also be returned. He explained that the bottle of 2003 wine could only be decanted for 1 hour. Nearly 2 hours had already passed. 2 minutes later, the manager and head chef arrived. The chef accused the man of insulting his skills. The man calmly said he could teach him how to make the dish. 1 minute later, the man, the chef, and the manager went into the kitchen. The man calmly observed the kitchen. Then he asked for a piece of steak. After checking the meat, he began his performance. He was nervous. He had lost his sense of taste long ago and had not worked in years. He relied on memory to complete each step. He cut the meat, filled it, wrapped it in pastry, and controlled the fire with smooth, precise movements. The manager watched in amazement and began to understand his purpose. Half an hour later, the man finished the beef Wellington. The head chef tasted it, immediately spat it out in anger, cursed, and left. The man had successfully driven the original chef out of the restaurant. The manager got straight to the point. The man looked at him and revealed his goal. He asked if the manager had heard that the restaurant needed a head chef and suggested they talk.